Good morning everyone. So today we'll discuss CT paper on straight lines. I have given you synopsis already. First is the distance formula, section formula, midpoint formula, area of triangle when three vertices are given. Area of triangle is 0. If area of triangle is 0, then what you will consider as vertices, those will be what? Collinear points. And also some related concept like centroid, orthocenter, incenter, circumcenter, and the locus of point, isn't it? I have given the definition and I considered pictures here. Through the pictures it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. See the first definition: centroid of a triangle, or I can call it as a center of gravity. We see the definition. It is a point where three medians meets. See, this line is median of AC. This line is median of what? Side CB. Similarly, this is the median of AB. So it is what? Intersection of three medians of a triangle. So this is called as what? Centroid. And I have given you formula. G is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. I mean here x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 are what? Vertices of a triangle. And in the same note, I have given one more thing, students. If midpoint of each line is given, then the formula is same. Imagine if midpoints are given instead of vertices. If midpoint is given, then you have to use same formula. I mean you should consider this as x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 and use same formula. That will be again a centroid. Next, in center, we'll see in center. It is a point of intersection of three angle bisectors. Angle bisectors means, see, I have taken here, this is an angle ACB. Angle bisector means, imagine if it is 60 degree, then it will bisect it and make it as a 30-30 each. Similarly, imagine if here some 80, then it becomes 40-40 each. So this is what actually angle bisectors. I mean it is intersection of angle bisectors. Read the definition. It is a point of intersection of three angle bisectors and denoted by I. See, I have taken that's like angles. Bisecting the angles here, okay. Next is formula is given. I is equal to ax1 plus bx2 plus x3 divided by a plus b plus c. Similarly, y coordinate is given and given what is a, b, c here. A is what? Small a is distance bc, small a is distance bc and small c is distance ab and small b is distance ac. And you know how to find distance when the 2 points are given from distance formula. Next is orthocenter. Orthocenter, see the definition. It is the point of intersection of three heights or altitudes of a triangle. Altitudes are nothing but a perpendicular line from one side of triangle to the opposite vertex. See, this is the height of the triangle A, B, C if you have taken in this way, isn't it? See, similarly, this is the height. I mean it is intersection of altitudes, isn't it? See the definition once again. It is a point of intersection of three heights of a triangle. And when you are taking heights, it should be a perpendicular, isn't it? See, and opposite to the vertex. So this is what orthocenter. Next is circumcenter. Next definition is circumcenter. It is a point of intersection of it is a point where three perpendicular bisectors of a triangle meets. Perpendicular bisectors. See, for this side, this is the perpendicular bisector, isn't it? It is not necessary that this line should passing through opposite vertex. It is not necessary. I mean, where here, what is the condition? It should pass through the opposite vertex, isn't it? But here it is not necessary that it should pass through the opposite vertex. Similarly, you see, this is the perpendicular bisector for this side and this is the perpendicular bisector for this side. Here I have taken, purposefully I have taken right angle triangle. You can see in the right angle triangle, the circumcenter is what? Midpoint of hypotenuse side, isn't it? Midpoint of hypotenuse side. I mean, I have given some notes based on these definitions. Please go through that. Okay. So this is the definition of centroid, orthocenter, incenter, and circumcenter. And see the points I have given. Before that, we'll see the locus of point. Definition of locus of point. It is the path traced by a point which is moving under given geometrical condition. I mean, if I take some line, students, imagine one point on the line. So it is a path. See, this is the path of this point, traced by a point which is moving under given geometrical condition. Imagine here the geometrical condition is some y is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay. So this point is moving under this path under some condition. Here finding locus of a point is nothing but finding equation of that particular point, which satisfy geometrical condition. So here you can say y is equal to 3x plus 5 is the locus of a point. I mean this point should satisfy this equation. So this is about locus of a point. When problem comes, I will tell you once again. Okay. So this is about locus of the point. I mean, finding the locus of the point is nothing but finding the path of the point. Path of the point is nothing but finding equation of the point. Okay. So you're not finding point here. You're actually finding equation of that point which satisfies. So it is a path traced by a point which is moving under given geometrical conditions. So we'll see again when problem comes. And I have given note. See, the circumcenter of a right angle triangle is midpoint of hypotenuse. Here already told you. Second is orthocenter of a right angle triangle is vertex of right angle. Orthocenter of a right angle triangle. If it is a right angle triangle, then orthocenter is a vertex of right angle triangle. Next, third is in any triangle, orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter of triangle are collinear. Fourth one, centroid divides the line joining orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio 2:1. In an equilateral triangle, orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter and incenter coincide. If the length of two medians of triangles are equal, then the triangle is isosceles. And the last one is centroid divides each median in a ratio 2:1. So these are the important notes. I mean, I'm not discussing each note here because it is very basic. Okay, you just take different kinds of triangle and just work out it, you will get it. Okay, so these are the important notes we are using for the problems. We'll see the problems one by one now. We'll see the problems now. See the first one. 0, -1 and 0, 3 are two opposite vertices of a square. Then other two vertices are. So for a square, I have taken a rough picture. Okay. So opposite sides are given. So opposite vertices are given. Like imagine 0, 3 and this is 0, -1. Okay. So you need to find other two vertices. This is the question. So for a square, of course, the length of diagonal will be same, isn't it? And also the midpoints, see, the midpoint of this line and midpoint of this diagonal intersects. Am I right? The midpoint of this diagonal and midpoint of this diagonal intersect. First, let me find midpoint of this. Midpoint of, let me give a name, A, B, C, D, AC. Midpoint of AC is 0 plus 0 by 2. You know midpoint formula, I am just directly substituting it. Okay, 0 plus 0 by 2 is 0. 3 minus 1 is 2 by 2, 1. This is what midpoint of AC. Now they have given the options, 4 options, A, B, C, D. See in that which option has got same midpoint, then that will be the answer. See the first one, 3, minus 1, 0, 0. When you try to find midpoint there, what you will get? 3 by 2 minus half, which is not same as midpoint of AC, isn't it? Similarly, if you check like that, see the fourth option, students, Fourth option is what? 2, 1 and minus 2, 1. And when you take midpoint of these two, it is what? Midpoint is 2 minus 2, 0 by 2, 0. 1 plus 1, 2 by 2, 1. I mean, fourth option is satisfied the condition, that is the midpoint of the particular diagonal. I mean, the midpoint of AC is 0, 1, and if you take BD as 2, 1 and minus 2, 1, its midpoint is also same, isn't it? So can I say it is the fourth option? I mean, here you are verifying through what? Options. So this is one of the advantages if they have given options, isn't it? So from the options you are finding the answer here. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, students, see, in CET, when you are in learning stage, of course it takes much time. But when you are doing this in same exam, of course you will not consider the like point A, B, C, D, and you will not take the pictures, isn't it? Directly you will consider midpoint of this point, and you will check which option is midpoint, which option gives you the midpoint as same, then that will be the answer. But when you are in learning stage, of course it takes little time, okay? And again, practice makes perfect too. So we have to practice it, okay? This is the next one. Next question. ABC is a triangle, G is centroid, D is midpoint of BC. Let me take a rough picture, okay? So ABC is triangle, D is midpoint of BC, D is midpoint of BC. If A is 2, 3 and G centroid is given, okay? Centroid is 7, 5. Centroid will be somewhere here, isn't it? So then the D is, you have to find coordinate of D. Again, use the note. In the note, see, note, last note. Centroid divides each median in 2:1 ratio. Of course, it is a median, isn't it? D is the midpoint here, and this is the centroid G. And G divides AD in 2:1 ratio. In 2:1 ratio. Then can you find another point from section formula? Let me take G is equal to, G is centroid here. I mean, G centroid is dividing the line AD in 2:1 ratio. So G is, you know the formula, mx2 plus nx1 divided by n plus n, my2 plus my1 divided by n plus n, isn't it? So centroid is what? 7, 5. Let me take this. Next, mx2, m is 2. See, mx2 will take this as x1, y1, and what you need to find D as x2, y2. Okay, we'll take this as x2, y2 and this as x1, y1. 2:1 ratio. mx2, 2 into x2, we'll take x2, that, okay? 2x2 plus n is 1, because 2:1, right? M is 2, n is 2:1, so n is 1 into x1 is 2 divided by 3. 2 plus 1, 3. Similarly here, 2 into y2 is and 1 into y1 is 3 divided by 3. So we'll equate, you know, when the two ordered pairs are equal, we'll equate x and y coordinate. So let me equate these two. 2x2 plus 2 is equal to 7 3s are 21, isn't it? So 2x2 is equal to 19, x2 is equal to 19 by 2. So you got x coordinate, of this point T. Similarly, solve this by equating these two. You will get y coordinate. Let me remove this now. So I am equating y coordinate. 2 by 2 plus 3 is equal to 15. 3 5s are 15. So y2 is equal to 12 by 2. So y2 is 6. See which coordinate have got this as a coordinates. 19 by 2 comma 6. Is it option 4? Isn't it? Option 4. So very simple, here we used section formula, isn't it? Here we used section formula. I mean here the coordinate which divides the line is given, ratio is given, and one of the point is given. Then you can easily find other end, isn't it? So, and we are using the concept of centroid here. Centroid divides median in 2:1 ratio. Remember that. Next, third one. This is third question. The coordinates of circumcenter of a triangle with vertices. They are given the vertices. I mean, you don't have a direct formula to find the circumcenter, isn't it? You don't have a direct formula to find circumcenter, but they have given the vertices. We'll plot these vertices roughly. Okay, you take this as coordinate axis. The first point is 2, 3. Origin 1, 2. Imagine this is 2 distance, 3 distance, somewhere here. Okay, 2, 3. I'm roughly plotting this. Okay. Next is 4, -1. 4. Next axis 4. This is 2 means 3, 4. Somewhere here 4 and -1. Okay. 4, -1. And one more point is 4, 3. Again 4 in the same line. 3. Isn't it? 4, 3. Let me join this, and you can see you have a right angle triangle here. When you roughly plot the graph of this, we are getting right angle triangle. Now use the note I have given. So circumcenter of a right angle triangle is midpoint of hypotenuse. Circumcenter of a right angle triangle is midpoint of hypotenuse. See, this is the hypotenuse. Midpoint of that means you have to use midpoint formula, isn't it? Can I consider directly? Midpoint is, see, I am using these 2 points because circumcenter is a midpoint of hypotenuse, so I have to take these 2. So 4 plus 2, 6 by 2, 3. Next, 3 minus 1 is 2 by 2, 1. So 3, 1 is what? Circumcenter. See, is it option number 3? It's very simple, isn't it? When you plot it, you will get a right angle triangle, and you know that in right angle triangle, circumcenter is midpoint of hypotenuse. So take midpoint formula. I have not written formula here. I am just directly substituting everything and we got this, isn't it? So don't waste time for writing formula, especially in CET. At least remember the formula carefully. I mean, at least in midpoint it is not necessary, isn't it? Of course, if it is a little complicated, then it's better if you write formula. But when you are finding midpoint, it is very simple. X1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So 2 plus 4, 6 by 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2 by 2 is 1. So midpoint. So this is what? Circumcenter. Option 3, isn't it? Option C. We'll see fourth question now. We'll see fourth question. The vertices of a triangle are given. Then the distance between its circumcenter and centroid. Again, first you have to find centroid here. Next you have to find circumcenter here. Then we have to find distance between them. Again, we don't know what is the formula to find circumcenter. Of course, we know how to find centroid. We have formula, we can use it. But we don't know how to find circumcenter here, isn't it? So again, we'll plot a rough graph. See the points? 6, 0. Imagine something here. 6, 0. Y coordinate is 0, so I have taken on x-axis. Next is 0, 6, somewhere here. 0, 6. Since x coordinate is 0, I have taken in y-axis. And 6, 6. So intersection of these two, somewhere here. And just join the points. Again, you got what? Right angle triangle. Now easily you can find circumcenter, isn't it? First we find circumcenter. Circumcenter of right angle triangle is what? Midpoint of hypotenuse. So find it. 0 plus 6 by 2 is 3. And 6 plus 0 is 6 by 2 is 3. This is what? Circumcenter. Isn't it? This is what? Circumcenter. This point. From midpoint formula I found it, because circumcenter in right angle triangle is a midpoint of hypotenuse. Is that clear? Next we'll find centroid. You know centroid formula, is it clear? See the formula, x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So we'll take points x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Let me substitute everything. 0 plus 6 plus 6. 0 plus 6 plus 6 divided by 3. Next 6 plus 6 plus 0 divided by 3. Isn't it? So how much you will get here? 12 by 3, which is 4. Similarly. So we have both centroid and circumcenter. Now the question is to find distance between them. Can you find distance between a line when 2 points are given, when 2 vertices are given? Let me use distance formula. Let me erase this. So take rough picture, students. Okay. I mean, through the picture you can find everything easily. So distance between circumcenter and centroid is, we'll take these two, root of 4 minus 3, 1 square, and y2 minus y1 again 1 square. So is it root 2? So is it option number 2? Isn't it? Option number 2. Very simple. First you will find circumcenter. Since it is right angle triangle, circumcenter is hypotenuse of, midpoint of hypotenuse, isn't it? Similarly, find centroid, you know the formula, and find distance between them. Next, fifth question. If area of triangle formed by the points are given, a comma 0, 0 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 0 is 20 square units, then A is. So area is how much? 20. 3 vertices are given, you know the formula. Half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This is the formula, isn't it? So here half into, area is 20, let me write it as it is. Half into, see the points friends, a into y2 minus y2. I mean, just take a comma 0 as x1 y1, 0 comma 1 as x2 y2, and minus 1 comma 0 as x3 y3, and substitute it. Y2 is 1 and y3 is 0, and x2 is 0. So let me not write y3 minus y1. Next x3. x3 is minus 1 into y1 minus y2. y1 is 0 and minus 1. So 20. I mean, let me multiply this. It becomes 40. Isn't it? 40 is equal to. And let me remove this modulus. So let me make it as plus or minus 40. Is it fine? Because we have given modulus because we are finding area here. But now I am not finding area. I am trying to find one of the coordinate. So coordinate may be positive or negative. So let me remove this modulus. So can I write in left hand side plus or minus 40? 2 into 20, 40. And let me remove the modulus, so plus or minus. I have written positive or negative in the left hand side, that's it. And now here it is a into 1a and minus into minus plus 1. Isn't it? Only this much left. It is actually 40 is equal to plus or minus a plus 1. Instead of writing plus or minus here, I have done here. That's it. So one case is 40 is equal to a plus 1. So a is what? 39. And another case is minus 40 is equal to a plus 1. Then a is minus 41. See which is the option given here? 39. One of the a coordinate 39 is given, so option C is the right answer, isn't it? Option C is the right answer. So very simple, area is given, you need to find coordinate. One of the coordinate you need to find. We'll see the next question, friends. Sixth one. What is the equation of locus of a point? What is the equation of locus of a point? Or you just find the locus of a point. It is enough. Find the locus of a point is nothing but you are finding the equation of a point which satisfies some particular condition, which moves such that they have given what is the equation of locus of a point. It was not necessary. Find the locus of a point is enough. Okay. which moves such that 4 times its distance from x-axis. Let me take a rough picture, students. 4 times its distance from x-axis. Imagine somewhere here you have point. Let me take the point as x comma y. You have to find locus of this point. Locus of this point means the equation which satisfied by this point. Okay. So somewhere here you have point. So what is given here? It is 4 times its distance from x-axis. This is x-axis. So this distance from x-axis means it is denoted by y. Distance from x-axis means, see, y, this much of y is moved here, isn't it? And here point can be here or here. I mean the distance from x-axis probably from positive y-axis or from negative y-axis. So can I take instead of y as modulus y? And 4 times is given. So let me write 4 of mod. See the point. You have to find the locus of a point which moves such that 4 times its distance from the x-axis, y. 4 times, so I have taken 4 into modulus of y. Next is the square of its distance from origin. Square of distance from origin. Square means this is equal to square of distance from origin. So distance formula, x minus origin means 0, 0, isn't it? 0, 0. So x minus 0 whole square, x square, plus y minus 0 whole square, y square. See, square of distance from origin. So this is the condition satisfied by the point. So you are finding locus of point is nothing but actually finding equation, isn't it? See, you got some equation. Read the question once again, students. Find the locus of a point which moves such that 4 times its distance from x-axis. I hope you know you got why I have taken modulus here. It can be positive or here also.